Good morning everybody and welcome to another video from Tool Travels. So everybody, as you might be able to see, I'm back in the amazing city of St. Petersburg in Russia. So let me tell you a bit about what's been going on with me for the last few weeks. So as you can see from my last videos, I was in India and Nepal. Now I went on this trek when I was in Nepal, and afterwards I was pretty de-energized and demotivated, and then I went back to Kathmandu. I was planning to do some filming there and I got sick, so I thought to myself, right, I've had enough, you know. So I went back to Europe. So I spent a couple of weeks prior to being here in Russia in Serbia. So yeah everybody, it's very, very nice being back in Serbia. I was chilling out there, enjoying the hot weather and delicious food and everything else that Serbia has to offer in summer. So everybody, after my time in Serbia, I tried to make my way to St. Petersburg. Now, it's not that simple anymore because there are flights going from Belgrade to St. Petersburg with Air Serbia, but they're extremely expensive. I'm talking about 1,000 euros in just one way. And that's not including baggage. So that was just not going to happen on my budget. So what I did is I took a flight from Belgrade to Warsaw in Poland, and I changed plane there and got a flight to Tallinn, and then I slept for a few hours at Tallinn airport, and then I got the train from Tallinn to Narva. Now Narva is a border town with Russia, like on the Estonian side. So once I got to Narva, I spent a night there. Lovely little town, by the way. I like Narva. And I went to the border, and they didn't let me in because I didn't have a PCR test. I don't know why, but I thought that Russia was not asking for these PCRs anymore, but I think I got confused with Belarus that don't require anything anymore. So anyway, I spent an extra night in Narva, then sorted out my PCR test, which cost an arm and a leg of 75 euros. You know, 75 euros for a piece of paper to show everybody I'm healthy. So then I made my way into Russia. No problems at all with my Serbian passport. Well, he did ask me, he said, "Where's your visa?" And I said, "I don't need one." So he had to call somebody to make sure Serbians don't need a visa to get into Russia. So it's not quite the red carpet treatment for their Slavic brothers. So yeah, so I was walking across the border because I heard that if you take the bus from Tallinn or Narva into Russia, you can be delayed at the border for 2 or 3 hours. There's so much traffic going across that border now because there's so many flight restrictions going in and out of Russia. So anyway everybody, so I got across the border to the town of Ivangorod, and I didn't have any idea of how I was going to get here to St. Petersburg, but I was lucky because there are some kind of shuttle vans that were waiting near the border. So for 500 rubles I took a very nice shuttle van, very quick, good roads, about 2 hours maybe, and yeah, 500 rubles, so cheap as chips. So everybody, I'm absolutely pumped to be back in St. Petersburg. This is one of my favorite cities in the world. It's supposed to be something like 30 degrees and sunny today, and it's just started raining, so I think it's very hard to predict the weather in St. Petersburg because it's changing all the time. When I woke up this morning, clear blue skies, absolutely gorgeous, had my breakfast, came back outside, and it's getting cloudy, so I don't know what's going on. I think we should send the weather forecasters in St. Petersburg to the gulag. So guys, today I'm going to be showing you what St. Petersburg is like at the end of August 2022. So no doubt there'll be some people curious to see what it's like in Russia at the moment, what with the situation. So everybody, from my personal perspective here as a tourist, everything is absolutely normal as it's been for the last few years since I've been visiting this city. So it appears to me that there's been a lot of tourists here in St. Petersburg this summer, and that's obviously to do with the fact that many Russians are coming from all over the country to visit St. Petersburg this year because there's restrictions on them going to other countries. So I'm sure that's been a fantastic boom for the city of St. Petersburg. Just through my experiences so far, hotels have been booked out and very expensive here. So everybody, that brings me on to the next subject. Things are getting very expensive here. So when I was here earlier on in the year, I was getting 100 rubles or more to the pound, and now the official rate is about 70. Now I brought cash with me to the country because that gets you the best rate, and it's obviously hard to get money in any other way. So yeah, I brought cash with me, and if I change my British pounds at the exchange booths, I'm getting about 80 rubles to the pound, so that's better than the official rate, but it's still expensive here. So everybody, this strong ruble has obviously been very good for Russians that have been outside of their country this summer. But yeah, not so good for tourists like me who've come to Russia. So everybody, it is what it is, you know. When I'm spending time in these more expensive countries, I just try and tweak my lifestyle a bit and go into frugal mode. So if you wanted to become a patron of mine, now is exactly the right time. I'm going to be spending a lot more time in St. Petersburg, so I'm going to be knocking out quite a few videos. And in the next few days, I have to find somewhere to live here, a long-term flat. Now, on my last visit, I was eyeing some flats in the center, but I can't afford to live in the center anymore, so I'm going to have to go right into the suburbs to find something within my budget. So everybody, I met this bloke where I was staying, and he told me I was the only Westerner he's either heard or met in the whole 3 weeks that he's been staying in St. Petersburg. So, you know, that's a very unique thing these days, because St. Petersburg, a very big city and considered one of the most beautiful cities in the world. And ordinarily, if you're in a similar city, let's say Budapest for example, there'd be absolutely tons of tourists. So yeah, it's a nice feeling really. So everybody, before I attack the vlogging with much enthusiasm, I need my second Americano of the day. Now on previous trips here, I wouldn't pay too much attention to the price in cafes for my Americano, but now I'm sniffing out the cheap places, you know, where I can get an Americano for 100 rubles. So in British money, 100 rubles is like £1.30, £1.40. See how rudely he interrupted my video there. I should give him a piece of my mind. Wow, check it out everybody, Depeche Mode bar. Interesting. Closed at the moment, it's a bit early. Words like violence break the silence, come crashing into my little world. Stranger to me, see right through me. Can't you understand, oh my little girl? Right everybody, I'm still looking for my second coffee of the day. There's no cheap coffee shops in the center, so I have to come to the back streets a little bit. Starting to get quite tired already. It's a big city, St. Petersburg. You do a lot of walking here. Alright everybody, so I'm outside a coffee shop now called Che 85. Now ordinarily it's a cheap coffee shop. A lot of students go in there and whatnot, and it used to be 90 rubles for an Americano, now it's 110. Okay everybody, so I got that second coffee, and I'm trying to perk myself up a bit. I'm a little bit tired today. I slept well last night. It's just that I've been running every day for the last few days and it's finally catching up on me. Oh, if you want to buy Tall Travels another coffee, then go to the banner ad on my profile and there's a link there that you can click on, buymeacoffee.com or something like that. So if you can do that, I'll be very grateful. Okay everybody, so as you can see, the weather's starting to improve a bit, the clouds burning away. So I know this park down by the river. I'm just going to go down there I think and chill out a bit. There's normally Quite a few people down there sunbathing. So we're coming into a little hipster area of St. Petersburg now. I think this bar is called Mickey and Monkeys or something like that. So young trendy seem to like this place. There we go, Mickey and Monkeys. Over there is a 24-hour supermarket. Now, you're not supposed to be able to buy booze after 10 o'clock in St. Petersburg, but there, they don't give a shit. You can buy whenever you like. Now, on the other side of the road there, you've got a bar called Laundry Bar. And it's called that because it's got some washing machines in there, but I went in there. It's not very interesting, really. It's literally just a bar with some washing machines out the back, and they don't even work. So you can't get your dirty underwear washed there while you're having a beer, unfortunately. Now everybody, one subject I wanted to touch on briefly is safety in Russia. Now I don't want to talk about it too much because I think I might make a video about it at some point in the future, but I've had people messaging me and asking me, is St. Petersburg safe at the moment? And also when I just mention I'm going to Russia, other people are asking me the same thing. So, you know, personally speaking, I find Russia a very safe place to be. Now, obviously, we have this political tension between Russia and the West, but I've always been treated very well here as a foreigner. When I've said I'm British, usually people give me a positive response rather than, you know, anything negative. Of course, you know, things can change, you know, when people have had a bit too much to drink. So if you're going to bars and stuff like that, you shouldn't be mouthing off about your political opinions. I can say the only time I've been in a compromising situation when I've been in Russia was here in St. Petersburg, and I was a bit stupid really, because I used to wear that Spartak Moscow football shirt, Spartak Moscow and Red Star Belgrade. So I was in a bar with that t-shirt on with a friend, and yeah, we got into a bit of a scuffle. Nothing happened in the end. Everybody chilled out, but obviously that was my own fault, so just don't do anything stupid like that. Now, what I think, if you're somebody who's coming to Russia from an unfriendly country, a lot of people are going to respect that here, because obviously there's so much anti-Russian stuff in the media that they'll respect you for coming to Russia and seeing what it's like for yourself. Now, also, I find Russians to be non-aggressive, especially when I compare them to people from my own country. So, yeah, if you're worried about violence or something like that, or being, you know, beaten up just because you're from America, UK, or some NATO country, then forget about it. Just come here and just, you know, heed the usual kind of rules and advice. Don't, yeah, like I said, don't get drunk and start mouthing off about politics. Don't go to some dodgy neighborhood looking for weed or something like that. Hello. She's too busy posing. So everybody, I've made it to the park here, the Field of Mars as it's known. I'm not quite sure why they call it that, but nevertheless. Now I'm absolutely cream crackered. Ooh, I hear a helicopter behind me. So yeah, absolutely cream crackered from all the walking I've done already today. So I'm going to relax here for a while. Now, if I had brought a blanket or something like that, I could chill out in the park here and have a nap, but unfortunately I haven't, so it's not going to be very comfortable. Now everybody, I do love summertime, but to be honest, my favourite time of the year is from September until about December. Now the reason for that, I've been location independent for many years, or digital nomad, whatever you want to call it, and in summertime everything gets expensive, you know, hotels, flights, other things. There's so many people around. So yeah, I prefer traveling in the shoulder seasons like spring and autumn. So in cities like St. Petersburg, in September, everything gets back to normal. Everybody returns from their holidays to come back to the city. It's more fun. The restaurants, bars, and other entertainment places are busy. So it's much, much better. Hey, look, everybody. I've seen absolutely 0 people wearing masks in St. Petersburg, but there's one guy over here that is. Oh, I tell you what, everybody, it's starting to hot up now. Maybe they got the weather forecast kind of right after all. Now, another thing to mention is that there's not much of an autumn in St. Petersburg, so it's rapidly going to change from summer to winter. So I think it even snows in October here. All right, everybody, so the park's starting to get a bit more busy now that the sun's coming out. I like the sound of this exhibition, nudity. Oh, unfortunately, it was a month ago, 23rd of July. Interesting vehicle there. I don't know what it's for. Now, everybody, that could be a goal of mine in the future, living in St. Petersburg and having my own boat. I can just imagine me in my captain's hat, cruising the canals with a boat full of beautiful ladies. Actually, I think it would be simpler just to rent one from time to time. Either that or get a jet ski. A lot of people like to use jet skis here and they're lower maintenance. This is one of the most famous tourist attractions in St. Petersburg. If you look down there, I can't remember if it's a cat or it's a bird. I think it's a bird. Looks like a bird. Anyway, the game is you have to drop your money onto that kind of plinth that the bird is on and get it to stop on there. So I did this earlier on in the year. I managed to do it a few times. I got really long arms and I kind of dangled my arms as low as I could over that wall. So I don't know how much money I spent doing this. Well, it must have been like 150 rubles or something. And since then, the rubles got so strong, I'm tempted to go in the water and get them all back. Now, if I had any coins with me, I'd show you how skilled I am at this game, but alas, I don't. I'm absolutely sure that somebody collects these coins by some method. Oh, got a party over there. So yeah, I'm sure that somebody goes down there and collects all those coins somehow, either with a big magnet or scuba gear or something, because in summertime they throw a lot of money down here. Whoa. Right, everybody, so we're on the main drag now, Nevsky, and I'm heading to one of these fancy supermarkets on this street where I'm going to see what food they've got in the delicatessen. Wow, look at that, 39 rubles for an ice cream, not bad at all. Right, everybody, I've just been into Eurospa, and it's one of the fanciest supermarkets in St. Petersburg. So they got a nice delicatessen section there, so I picked up a few things for lunch. Now I'm going to go home. So I'm on the way home now, but before I get there, I wanted to take you into an area of St. Petersburg called Dumskaya. Now, Dumskaya's got a bit of a reputation because it's considered the trashy nightlife area of St. Petersburg. So generally speaking, on the streets of St. Petersburg, you don't see that much kind of drunken behavior. It's all concentrated in this one area. So here we have Dumskaya, everybody. Now, if I was to compare Dumskaya to something, I'd probably compare it with just about any English town or city at the weekends. So it's absolute mayhem here at the weekends especially. Now, there used to be a McDonald's here, which used to be a gathering point for young people. and you'd see all sorts of things going on inside McDonald's, but also outside here. People falling all over the place, drunk, puking, all sorts of madness. So down here we got loads and loads of little bars. So yeah, this is the nightlife area for very young people, and if you tell people you're going to go to Dumskaya at night time, they'll look at you a bit strange, like, what the hell are you doing? It can be a little bit dangerous down here, so be careful. Yeah, so everybody, maybe I'll make a Dumskaya video sometime, because it's worth a video on its own. See, we've got a bar here called Bar Fidel. Cuban theme. X bar. Let's see what else we got down here. There used to be a bar called Belgrade Bar. Not sure if it's still open. Taboo. Looks like somebody's put a brick through the window here. Ah, here we go, Belgrade Bar, Belgrade. We got some greasy kebab shops. Looks like somebody's thrown a brick through this window as well. Oh, I think it's closed down anyway. Yeah. Another greasy kebab shop there. And we got, looks like a strip bar there. Now there is one place that I've been to a couple of times down here, and it's called Lomonosov Bar, and it's actually a nightclub, and it's pretty good. So if I do come to this area, I only go to Lomonosov, because yeah, these other places are not my cup of tea, to be honest. Oh, hello. So yeah, on the occasions I have been to this area, I've seen some pretty nasty fights, so be careful. There's one guy getting his head kicked in. Now, if a YouTuber Irish Partisan in Belarus came to St. Petersburg, he'd be in this place every single weekend without fail. Right up his alley. Bar SSR. Something else over there. Now, if you're coming to Dumskaya at night and you want to have a quick, cheap drink, then you come into this shop because it's open 24 hours and it's cheaper than buying your drinks in the bar, obviously. Alright everybody, so that's about it for this video. I don't want to blab on for too long. I want to go home and get this video edited and published. So, I've showed you what St. Petersburg is like at the moment. You can see it's calm. Everything's normal here. So, you know, if you were debating whether or not to come to Russia at the moment, but you're worried for your safety or something like that, or there's all sorts of crazy things happening here, don't be. Everything's calm and normal. So, anyway, I'm going to keep you updated with the situation here in St. Petersburg. I'm going to be here for a while, so I'm going to knock out a lot more videos, so stay tuned for the next video. Hope everybody's well and they've had a great summer, and I'll see you soon. Okay, bye bye.